Alright, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my new video. We drop every Friday, so if you guys, are new or you're just checking in, I'm gonna try to drop this year. It's 2026. I want to drop a video every Friday, and I did like a little intro video of the year of last week on, what I want to be talking about. And to not make it long, this week I really want to talk about a topic that I thought about mostly last year, especially last year, but a topic that's been in my head like really my whole life, and it has to do about what I'm after, what I'm chasing, and it's surprisingly, maybe not surprising to a lot of people, it's not really money, right? And the reason why I want to talk about this topic is that it should be no secret to anybody, but we live in Miami. I was born and raised in Miami, and in Miami, things surprisingly has gotten more expensive than ever. I remember as I was in high school in like 2016 and 2019. I know that's old for some of you, but it's 2026 now, almost 10 years later after I started high school, and it's evolved, it's changed, it's gotten more expensive. And even back then, when I was in high school, I understood life was not cheap. I've always had the image of being a businessman and being successful and having a business and accomplishing a lot of things just for the sake of survival, knowing that nothing in life is given to you. Seeing my mom struggle, seeing her have three jobs to support me, my brother, and my sister alone. So I understood at a pretty young age money is important, right? Now, as I'm getting older, I'm 25 now, right? I'm unk. I'm seeing it's becoming more clear and more evident that money was never like the end state. Money was just a means of attaining something on the journey, right? The end journey is I think some religions would say like Hinduism or something. They would describe it as transcendency, right? Hopefully I'm saying that right, right? To become bigger, to become more, right? To become transient, right? Which is like, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but to elevate your mindset and elevate as a person, right? Not be so focused on the survival, the menial needs that you need day to day, right? I think that's always been the goal, to be a better man, be a better human. Ultimately, for me, it's to be a man in my family that can give answers. Like I want to be looked at like a superhero when I grow up. I want my kids to come to me for anything, my wife to come for me for anything. I want to be a competent man. That's the goal. Money is just maybe the fruits of being that competent man, right? And not just money, but how you attain it, right? Through having, are you gonna, you know, have a business, or are you gonna be employed? Nothing wrong with either, but there's pros and cons, right? But rather than talk about how I want to gain money, or how I've wanted to gain money, right? The insight I want to get to you guys is how I look at money, the value of money, and the purpose of money, rather than our purpose being money, right? Does that make sense, right? Because I don't want to talk too much about myself, but rather I want to give some insights of how I think, and maybe through that insight that I'm sharing with you, maybe you can grab some of it, maybe you could reject some of it, or maybe you could do a little bit of both, right? But it's just interesting to talk about the topic. Now, since we live in Miami, like I already said, money is important, man, because a lot of people, they go down this path of going so far down this rabbit hole of chasing money their whole life, and they never ask themselves for what. I feel like, like even if you manage to get a multi-million dollar house, drive a crazy nice car, you're the CEO of your company, what do you gain from gaining so much, but yet you're going in the wrong direction? Like, to me, money is a means to an end, in a way, because it's useful, right? We all know money buys things, but tell me what money's worth to you if you have all the money in the world but no time to spend it. Tell me what money means to you if you have all the money in the world, time to spend it, but no one to spend it with, like if you're alone, right? So I'm saying these concepts like it's things that you haven't, I'm sure you've heard of before, to not make it corny, right? But the important thing, right, how I relate it to myself, even though I said I wasn't going to speak about myself, right? The insight I want to share to you guys is, as a barber, you guys know me primarily as a barber. I started cutting hair when I was 16, and I'm 25 now, right? So it's going to be almost a decade since I learned how to cut hair. Every day that passes, man, and if you get haircuts with me and you know me personally, I always say this to everyone that I come across to. I don't care necessarily about the money, and I never really have. It's just been a byproduct. I really care about discovering my purpose, bro. I care about becoming the person who I'm supposed to be. And the thing is, by not caring about money, I'm and chasing my purpose, I know that the money's gonna come. Like, I'm not concerned about what I'm gonna eat. I'm not concerned what I'm gonna wear. I'm not concerned where I'm gonna live at all, because I know if it's your purpose, bro, like it's like you're a tool made for a reason, and when you find your purpose, whatever obstacle that's in your way, because you're that tool, because you're that effective means to destroy that obstacle, you're gonna conquer it anyways, right? I haven't met anyone in the world, number one, that has said that they've accomplished their purpose, because that's rare. To hear people talk about purpose is super rare, right? Like your everyday coworkers and friends don't talk about these things. But number two, the people that do feel like they're accomplishing their purpose, they're honestly more well off, equipped to face their problems than people who don't bother or give energy to the thought of accomplishing their purpose, right? So think about that for a second. When you give thought about what your purpose is, and you actually, you know, take decisive action to accomplish what your purpose is, or even think about it, you're one step closer to, I believe, solving all of your other problems. I would say all of life problems are a result of not knowing what your purpose is. Are a result of, if you know what your life purpose is, are you gonna be bold enough to chase it? Are you gonna be disciplined enough to chase it? Are you gonna have the character to chase it? Are you gonna have this consistency to chase it? Like, your purpose is something that you hammer out away like every day. It's not a, I did 1 year, the other year I fell off. Even if you fell off, are you gonna come back? It's part of the process, right? So that's something I really want to share with you guys, because it's super important, right? I'm assuming my audience is gonna be more or less my age. I'm really like a nobody yet in terms of like reputation or fame or anything. So I doubt people that are older than me might listen. But if you are, it's something that everyone must ask themselves. What is your purpose? Are you chasing it? And it's funny, man, because now I'm married. I'm 25. This past year of my life, money has been good. I haven't been lacking money. As a matter of fact, I actually got out of a huge debt. Praise God. I always tell my wife, if the moves that I'm gonna make in these next couple of years aren't gonna be life changing, I don't want to make them. What I do think is gonna be life changing is following my purpose, right? What do I think that's gonna lead to? What I think following my purpose is gonna lead to, it's gonna lead to more motivation. It's gonna lead to more ambition. It's gonna lead to clarity. It's gonna lead to making good decisions, my character increasing, right? And all these things, am willing to bet. I am putting a bet, like I'm betting my life on it. By me focusing on these things rather than the money, I am sure that the money will come, right? If I wanted to chase money, I promise you, I would ask any of my clients that make more money than me, or my highest paid client, hey, what do you do? And I would follow what they do to the T. The thing with me is, I'm willing to explore a path that not a lot of people are willing to explore, because I know that to attain the things that I want to attain, I have to do things that not a lot of people are willing to do, and that's completely fine. The people that in my life that I know that have a lot of money, they have a lot of money, and that's cool for them, and how everyone makes their money is great, but it's not necessarily the way that I want to make my money. To me, money is, it's of equal importance, like it's right as important, right? If you want to compare them, to your time freedom. So to me, if you have a lot of money, but your time, 80% of your time is spent at your job, or 60% of your time is spent at your job, honestly 60 wouldn't be too bad, right? But if it's dictated by, no, actually, yeah, 60 would be bad if you don't have any say and you have to be here these certain hours, because for me, that's not what I want. But now, this is where I retract on my statement. If 60% of your week is spent at your job and it makes great money, and you like what you do, you feel like you're in your purpose, then you're gonna love it. It's not gonna be a great deal. But what you love, I might not love. And what I love, you might not love, right? We're different humans, different experiences, and we've been through different things, right? And because of that fact, it's important that we all chase what we're looking for. Not for the end. And for some people, right, I think of my brother when I'm saying these things. We have to chase what we're looking for. My brother is very, I feel like if he were here right now, he'd be like, okay, but why do we have to chase? Why do we have to chase? Bro, I think as humans, if I could speak to my brother directly, like you guys are my brothers, I think as humans, we are so fundamentally, by default, empty to a certain degree that we're always going to be chasing something. Even if we had all the lavish food in the world, the luxuries, even if we had all the quote unquote fulfillment, there's still going to be something that we're driven to do. Like, we as humans have drive. We're not animals, right? Animals, they survive because that's all they know, but they don't thrive. Like, you see animals, and once they eat enough food, they sleep until they're hungry again. If they were smart or had a higher IQ like humans, I guess they would stack up their food because they just love for the sake of stacking up food. but they don't even worry about that, right? And that's actually biblical. Like it says in the Bible in Matthew, like that you don't see birds freaking out about when their next meal is. So why would we freak out about what we're gonna eat next? That's the kind of peace that I'm looking for. Like that's the kind of certainty that I want to have. I'm like, I don't care what I have to go up against. I know that if I'm chasing my purpose, everything's gonna fall into place, right? How I'm gonna chase my purpose is a topic for another video that I want to make, that I'm going to make. But this is really something that I wanted to leave you guys with, and I don't want to make the video too long. But I invite you guys to think about what you're made to do, what you're meant to do. And honestly, like, I really want to see comments. I want to see people like engaging with me. Man, I really like this. Man, I really have these dreams. Because I want this channel, whether I make like a group chat or a community or something with us people like me or like us that talk about these things, I want it to be spread. Like these are things that should be commonplace. But a lot of times, like maybe in our homes or our friendship circles or where we work at, we don't really talk about them too much, right? It's not commonplace. If you want to talk about purpose, maybe people can be like, bro, you sound corny. Bro, what are you talking about? Bro, you sound like a freaking J. Cole lyric that people think is corny, right? Whatever. But that's really what I want to do. I want to leave you guys off with that, right? So I want to see comments. Please comment what videos you want to see on next. I already know this video, bro. For this year, I'm gonna hammer down these types of videos just to get the following going and get the wheels turning, and we're gonna go up. We're gonna improve because now I see this as part of my purpose. I feel like last year I tried doing the podcast, I tried doing this, but I was trying to do too much in too little time. Bro, now I'm 25. I'm committed to like the grind. I'm committed to the journey of just taking one step at a time. Because like I said in the beginning, I'm not chasing the money no more, bro. I'm really not. To me, I could care less. Like if I'm not in debt and I'm paying my rent and I got food in my stomach, by definition, I'm richer than like a large percentage of the world. Like I am blessed to live in America, to have a Rode mic, to have an iPhone to record on. I'm blessed to, bro. I got grass underneath my feet right now. Let's chase our purpose, bro. Like anything else, that money is gonna come and go. That green, them Benjamins, is a distraction, man. So I really want to leave you guys with that. Y'all be blessed, be good, and I'll see y'all next week's video. Peace.